Alright, what's up everybody? We're back with another daily bingo line. A little earlier in the day today, as you can tell maybe from the background. So it's also the blue sky UFO 50 background. Probably not going to upload this at a pretty late time anyway, so it won't matter, but anyways, let us get started with no further ado. Take a look at this bingo board. Today's title, let me just do that, it is Row Tuesday. So I'm assuming it's not going to be a column today, but we'll see. We don't know what they cooked. This was a board made by Dom. So let's start checking it out. As always, I forget to set the timer to -1 minute. Maybe as we keep doing this, I'll get better. But alright, let's check it out. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so what do we have? 2 green balls already calls to me. Win the campaign hatchling game, 5 copies. That camouflage goal is a little long though. Bean drip is pretty fast. That's a lot of Big Bell and Kid Club though if you want to do column 4. What about... Ooh, bottom right is Block Koala Warren 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not exactly super fast. Campanella Gold Disc, you want to dodge that. Camouflage Gold Disc, then Mooncat Gold Disc. It's a little on the longer side still. I'm gonna go ahead and say row 1. Let's start with Bushido Ball. That's my beloved. I'm thinking row 1 because this Bushido Ball goal is not exactly long. Just do this and then go ahead and pick Raizo and have a good time. Big Bell is not exactly super long. Bushido we're gonna have to race it after this, but we can get an easy gold disc. Campanella is super quick. Avianos is actually pretty easy as well. That is actually going pretty bad. Okay, that's fine. I just... Once we get going here, we're fine. We'll just blame Kotaro on this, as we usually do. Yeah, this is kind of what we want. Then we just get to do this over and over again. Beautiful. And then do that. We're going to try to build up to 3 bars here. Raizo's ability of sorts is stronger when you have 3 bars, so now we're going to use it. Just time it right and then it just goes straight through. Move forward a little bit because as you lose bars, you will lose some of your range with this. Sort of interference is fine. Then here we're just going to go ahead and charge it up again. Here we might, yeah, we're going to go ahead and use it because he's going to use his super. Wow, a level 1 CPU actually returned a power shot? They pretty much always fail to do that. That is bad luck. Just get to use the item once more here, and then we're gonna be done. Oh, missed it. Oh, well. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and just go straight into... Actually, we're gonna go back into Bushido. Set the options. Go 4, laws off. We're gonna play Yamada. Go for the gold disc. Would Big Bell be a good... I don't think so. I'm trying to choose what to do for my gold discs. Bushido Ball for sure. Big Bell... We have to do 3 races. So that's like nearly half the game. Campanella, definitely not too long. Javianos, no. Camouflage is pretty fast on the board. Mooncat could also be fine. Well, I'm not the best at Mooncat. There's not much else in terms of gold discs, though. I think it will be Camouflage and Mooncat for me. I'm not sure row 1 was the best choice today, but I was struggling to pick something. Yeah, it's hard to say. So row 2 is probably... This seems like a pretty well-balanced board. They're like, yesterday, we had a pretty clear standout where column 4 was extremely fast. This one, nothing stands out particularly. The very hards are on diagonals, so those are pretty much always going to be out. So there's not a lot of fast stuff. There's really not a lot of fast stuff. This definitely would be an interesting one. It has a lot. There's not a lot of games on this card, presumably because it's a user-made card rather than a randomly generated one. So I think bingo line maybe is not the most interesting thing on this card. Majority will be more likely to give you something very good. I'm just talking with this is actually going pretty well. We're gonna go to bean drip after this, I think. It was going pretty well. That's fine. We have a bomb here. CPUs on hyper basically have no idea what to do with it. That was about to be like a really, really good Bushido ball speedrun. Alright. Bean drip. Uh, 6,000 points here is not particularly hard. If this goes well, we can do it very easily by stage C. Otherwise, I guess we're going to be going into stage D. This isn't the kind of goal that, like, you fail. For stage A, I'd recommend just kind of staying close to the warp. Things naturally just kind of end up gravitating around here. And I missed those two. So, it was a little bit... Stage B is not exactly ideal. I usually try to stay close to the bottom right. They have a tendency to, like, get stuck around there. But they kind of have a tendency to get stuck everywhere. That's the real problem with stage B. I should have to focus for that. Really good stage B, so we're definitely going to get this 6,000 pretty soon. If we end up going into stage D, it's going to be a disaster. From the moment you get to like 4 on screen at the same time, you have to like start thinking about where they're going rather than where you are. Alright, and that was 6,000. Mark it off. 15 tiles at once. What you do here is you do custom, increase to 8 mountains, and then you start. That's pretty good. We're gonna... I forgot how this works. You have the power of flight, so we're gonna start building a Trilock. We're not actually gonna do anything here. And then I think we want Brontor to build a house. I'm like doing this off of... I've never had a great strat for this. Basically, it's all about abusing the power of flight. Which right now costs 6 bones, which that's not exactly great, but we can lower it. We already started doing some movements. Because these movements cost 4 bones, and we get 4 bones by doing them. So we're at 4 tiles right now. I'm going to choose to extend here. This one's not going to give me anything, but the next one will, and the one after that will. And then I'm going to choose to not do anything here. Leaving my units there, maybe not the best choice, but whatever. We're going to muster some here. And then we can move these over here, get some more bones. No, the units were snowed on the mountain. I'm going to choose not to move them still. We're going to wait for the next Trilock. How many am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's easy to lose count here. I should have done something else, whatever. Movement through mountain could be helpful. We'll go here, why not? I already got it, so it's 9, we're at 9. Oh, they just used Trilock, what a disaster. Gonna move these up here. Again, we don't want to win, so we need to like make sure that doesn't happen. Nobody should win here. Okay, Trilock. Get the miracle, and now it's 3 per teleport. So we're gonna go ahead and go here. Okay, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. 13. Right? Yep. Makes it 14. Then just this so we can move. I don't care about which miracle I get here. $15. We don't care about the result. I'm going to gold disc Bill Beg. I'm going to gold disc Big Bell. I don't think this is the play. Okay, we have to do this 3 without collecting power-ups. I think if you were an absolute pro gamer, you would back out a Big Bell after 3 races. And you would do Mooncat and Camouflage. That being said, I'm not the best at Mooncat. And so it's like, out of safety, I'm just going to go ahead and do this one and then go do Camouflage. I know for a fact Camouflage Gold Disc is not a problem. I do not believe this is the optimal play, though. Need to be careful about power-ups. Ooh. I thought Gray was going to pick that one up. We're playing it a little bit easy, just making sure we're not collecting powers for now. The eggs are getting bounced around over here. Jeez. Such is the life of the Big Bell. There's not much to talk about in Big Bell. You kind of just do the same thing over and over again. And I mean, for the most part, the strat is obvious. There is some interesting stuff I'll talk about when we get to them. But yeah, or especially a circuit, lap, race. I guess a circuit. Oh, we collected the power up, so this one's not eligible, which is fine because we're planning on golding anyways. But But yeah, especially like the circuits that have like a little shortcut built in that the CPUs are never going to use and that you're always going to use. I mean, yeah, there's not much to talk about. You just win. Something like this one where it's a closed loop with nothing interesting. This one's it's a bit harder to win in. And be careful we don't get bounced around a lot. And wow, we actually already got first. We need to dodge this power up. The tough part is always because you're starting last, because obviously we're always going to be first. And going from last to first means you have to pass everybody, and everybody has a tendency to just swipe around the moment you get close. And that's the struggle. You gotta pick the right time to pass so that they don't just go absolutely bonkers on you. That was a great time. If you can like stay where, like move with them rather than next to them, you're in great shape. Thank you for taking that power up and dying instantly, so I don't even have to think about it. What a great tune. Alright, that's 2 out of 3. Right, here we do have something interesting. The way that the game detects if you've done a lap is it just checks for a couple locations. And so we don't actually need to do the full, like, what the arrows are indicating. We can just kind of go here, and then just keep going down. And the game treats it as if we've completed a full lap. So even with circuits that don't have built-in shortcuts, you can make our own shortcuts. Thankfully, red seems to be picking up all of our power-ups, so we don't have to think about picking them up at all. They're also spawning on the right where we're not even going. A fortuitous turn of events for sure. It can happen sometimes. You get swiped by a super swipe, and you get a huge boost out of it, and that's great. Okay, that was 3 different races. Now we can go back to collecting power-ups again. Yeah, bad bonk there. Yeah, I think ideally with the super swipe, you don't want to pick it up yourself. It's better if an opponent picks up, because then they can super swipe you, which is what you want, because that can give you a huge boost. Or a huge deboost. If you play it out perfectly, though, it's something worth thinking about every now and then. Everybody dodged that power up, huh? Oh, thank you for the swipe. Okay, here we're gonna go roughly there, and then here, and then we're gonna go back around. This one has 2 different flags we need to hit, one right in the middle here, one over here. And then we're kind of just driving backwards, actually. It's a weird one, but it's interesting. Alright, sorry about that. Kind of got interrupted in the middle there. We will pick this back up with a slight delay. I'm just going to start the timers back up. Alright, and where were we? Right about there. I'm going to assume that was a full lap. Yeah, okay, beautiful. Alright, again, here, we're just driving backwards. Following this strange pattern. I think one of the harder ones to remember, because I think you have like 2 flags to hit here. Again, this isn't something I fully understand, it's just like, I see people do this. I know what to do. Try not to die right at the end, that'd be great. Alright, there we go. Alright, 7 has the biggest shortcut of all the tracks. Just a tiny gap you have to make it in. There we go. This is definitely the one where you can lap the most people. Just just gotta be careful if there's anybody near the entrance of the hole, they can swipe you out of it. Or just send you completely flying. Or put a bomb next to the end, I guess that's also an option. Alright. And last one, this one's a little bit weird as well, even though it looks pretty simple. So we're just going to go ahead and ignore the fact that it tells us to go down here, and then we're just going to go down here instead, and start driving it like this. Instead of treating it like an 8-figure, we're going to be treating it like a simple loop. Just gotta be oh god. I was gonna say just gotta be careful, and then I immediately drive into a wall. That's a classic. Ooh. Oh god. Oh, that worked out really well for us. Thank you to all the opponents for just taking all of those. Yeah, I figured that was going to get us, but it was worth a shot. Alright, there we go. And we're going to do camouflage for our last one. Camouflage, there we go. But it's all on the same road, too. The camouflage goal disc, we just need to beat the levels as fast as possible. So for the first one, get this rock tile, walk across, that's all. A lot of downtime on this one, but it is a pretty fast gold disc. I'm also probably no. So something I did recently is I learned a route for the 70% camouflage goal that we have in bingo. Camouflage is a completion-based game. You can get up to 100% if you get all the collectibles in every single level. And to do that, I did learn a weird route where I go through the top level instead of the bottom levels. We're gonna... The faster gold route goes to the bottom levels, I believe, and I do think I could remember it, so... We're gonna see how well my memory is, because I haven't done this in a little while. Level 3, pretty long level. But not that long. If you just ignore all the collectibles, of course. Alright. I think here you just kind of do this. And then go through here. Yeah, that seems about right. You just kind of stick to the rocks. Yeah, this is the level that has a unique bug. Usually this is a gray tile, but this specific tile is sand for some reason, even though it's supposed to be gray. So you can pick it up quickly and get to the exit. Alright, Oasis. Pretty fast level here. Need to pick up grass, head here, pick up sand again, and now we're just going through the exit. It's a catchy jingle. We do Devil's Pass? Yes. Okay, this one's a bit tight. Okay, hopefully... I kind of like screwed myself there. Ah, geez. Okay, we're gonna start over. So here you want to like get a little bit of cover from the moving croc. And turn to blue at the perfect moment. There we go. I forgot to take the higher exit, but whatever. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've done this level, so... Alright, for the dry gulch. We're gonna quickly make sure the dry gulch isn't dry. Actually, not sure I needed to do that, but whatever. No, I did. I'm kind of just freestyling camouflage gameplay here, honestly. I have a vague idea in my head of what I'm supposed to do. I also realizing that camouflage is actually getting covered a little bit by the bingo board. Unfortunate. I'm gonna go down and make it sunny. Gives us a pass here. And I kind of messed this up. Yeah, I hesitated a little bit too long at the beginning. Normally you'd be able to make the cycle before the gator. We're gonna make it rainy again. Forgot about that one. Forgot about that one. This is... I keep thinking you go high. It's low. Go low here, get the sun. And then get the sand again. Alright, the second to last level. Start with grass. Oh, that ain't right. Go over here to become rock. Then become grass again. And that didn't really matter. Well, it probably mattered. I don't even know if it mattered. You have to wait here for this cycle anyways, and you wait for him to turn around. Now you can turn to blue. So let's just go over here. And up here. I didn't mean to do that. Go here. Turn, turn. Got a little free pass to the exit here. Down. Just run it to the exit and we make it in time. And that's gonna do it. 25:39. Yeah, I'm not too sure this was the best line today. I have a feeling that maybe one of the columns, I don't know, it's hard to say. Like, there's only like 5 games on this board, so maybe somebody with Mooncat could have done that even better for sure. So with more Avianos experience, I don't think my 15 tile strat is the best. But yeah, not too shabby for my knowledge level and my skill level. Interesting board. I'm curious to see what other people have come up with. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.